You don't need a mansion or a Hollywood name to leave behind a story that's more than just fame.
Me to need a will, just a family, or a cat plotting world domination. Welcome to Celebrity Estate Chaos, where we prove a lot of things. Like how estate chaos isn't just for millionaires with private islands, anyone with stuff, relatives, or that one weird collection you think nobody's fighting over. And chances are, they will.
Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're looking at a real-life situation that's got, well, a fascinating twist of irony.
Oh, yeah?
The ongoing story of Jerry Springer's estate. It's hard not to see the parallel.
You mean the guy whose show was all about chaos?
Yeah.
Now has estate chaos?
Exactly. A man who basically made his name showcasing often, let's say, chaotic personal lives, now seems to have a bit of that drama swirling around his own affairs after his passing.
It really highlights how life can imitate art, doesn't it? The ultimate observer of public dysfunction, now potentially at the center of his own private complexities.
Yeah.
It makes you think about what we see versus what's really going on behind the scenes.
Absolutely. And for anyone whose main image of Jerry Springer involves, shouting and throwing furniture, let's maybe take a quick step back.
Good idea. Because his background was quite something.
It really was. He had a truly unexpected journey, born in a London underground station during World War II.
Right. His parents were German Jewish refugees.
Exactly. Came to the States at 5, grew up in Queens, then degrees from Tulane and Northwestern, even a law degree.
Which led to a surprisingly, conventional early career path.
Totally. Political advisor to Robert Kennedy, then mayor of Cincinnati.
Quite the resume. And then came the pivot.
And then in the 90s, boom, the Jerry Springer Show, which, let's be honest, became synonymous with, over-the-top confrontations and pretty sensational stories.
A show that really tapped into a certain public fascination with private turmoil. He was kind of the conductor of that particular brand of entertainment.
He really was. So our goal in this deep dive is to examine what's been happening with his estate since he passed away in 2023.
Okay.
We've gathered some interesting info, news reports, some insights from the Crisis Ready Collective folks.
Right.
To help us understand the key developments and, crucially, what we can maybe learn from this whole situation.
Well, what stands out immediately, I think, is that sharp contrast between Springer's very public professional life and his intensely private personal life.
Mm-hmm.
He built this huge career on exposing other people's dramas, yet he maintained a significant level of discretion about his own.
That's right. He was married for over 2 decades to Mickey Velton, and they had a daughter, Katie.
Who stayed largely out of the public eye, right?
Very much so. Yet, since his death, there have just been these persistent questions and, frankly, a lack of clear information about his estate.
And, this lack of clarity, that's often where potential issues really begin.
Yeah.
The reports we've seen, they suggest rumors, maybe a possible second will, which isn't, totally uncommon when wishes or family situations change.
Okay.
There's also talk of potential undisclosed beneficiaries, people may be popping up, and just overall a general uncertainty surrounding his estate planning. Did he have a clear plan? Where is it?
And this isn't just, idle gossip either. There were reports of actual court filings in late 2023, which seemed to indicate some level of dispute, or at the very least questions about how his multi-million-dollar estate was being distributed.
So, conflicting stories.
Kind of. You hear some sources saying, it was all straightforward. Everything went to his daughter, Katie, which, on the surface sounds logical.
Makes sense.
But then you have other suggestions floating around. Unknown trusts, maybe, perhaps set up to keep assets private.
Could be.
And even whispers, about past relationships or maybe distant relatives potentially making claims, possibly even with DNA tests involved.
Oh, wow. Oh, okay. So
it almost reads like a storyline he might have featured on his own show. It just highlights the unpredictable nature of family dynamics and estates sometimes.
It really underscores how even seemingly straightforward family situations can have hidden layers, hidden complexities.
Really.
And without really proactive and clear estate planning, these things can unfortunately surface after someone's gone.
And if we connect this to a sort of broader pattern, what might be happening with Jerry Springer's estate, it isn't really an isolated incident, is it? Especially when it comes to high-profile people.
No, not at all. Our sources, they remind us of several other well-known cases where estate matters became very, very complicated.
Like Prince.
Prince, exactly.
Sad.
Died without a will.
What?
That led to years of ongoing legal battles, uncertainty for his heirs.
Yeah.
Just a mess.
And Aretha Franklin?
Oh, Aretha. Multiple handwritten wills.
Yeah.
Famously discovered in her own home. I think on her couch cushion.
In the couch.
Yeah.
Created massive confusion.
Massive. Then you've got James Brown.
Yeah.
His estate was tangled up in legal fights for over 15 years.
15 years.
And Tony Hsieh, the Zappos CEO,
Yeah.
also passed away without a will.
Mhm.
Resulted in just considerable disarray, legal challenges over his, substantial assets.
Right.
So what's striking across these examples, and maybe what we're seeing unfold with the Springer estate as we look at it now in 2025, is this recurring theme. Unresolved claims, potential challenges to existing trusts, and unfortunately, disagreements, bickering even,
Right.
among people
Yeah.
who believe they should be beneficiaries.
In these situations, they can lead to just huge emotional distress, right? Not to mention substantial legal costs.
Oh, the costs can be enormous. And just prolonged uncertainty for everyone involved. It's awful.
It really brings home the crucial lesson here, doesn't it?
I think so.
Our sources really emphasize this. The size of your estate isn't the main thing that determines if things go smoothly after you're gone.
No, it's not about the millions.
What truly matters is having a clear and, importantly, accessible plan in place, whether you've got millions or, a more modest estate.
Exactly.
There's a really impactful quote in the material we looked at. Not having a plan or having a plan nobody can find is a guaranteed way to make your family's life worse than a Tuesday Springer rerun.
Oof, yeah. That paints a picture.
It really puts it in perspective, doesn't it?
It's a very effective way to illustrate the potential for family conflict, added grief, just all the bad stuff that can come from neglecting estate planning. And the sources also offer some very practical, almost common sense advice amidst all this, potential drama.
Right, like referencing Jerry Springer's famous closing line, take care of yourself and each other.
A classic.
The material wisely suggests that we should also maybe label your will.
Huh. Yeah, sounds simple, but honestly.
It's crucial. If your loved ones can't find your estate plan, or they find it but can't understand it, then even the best intentions, the most careful preparations, they might not prevent difficulties.
It just highlights the importance of not just creating the documents, but making sure they're stored securely, they're easily discoverable, and that at least one trusted person knows where they are and basically what they say.
Having those sometimes difficult conversations beforehand.
Exactly. Those open, maybe awkward conversations with loved ones now can prevent just significant headaches and heartache later on.
So as we kind of consider this unfolding story of Jerry Springer's estate, here's maybe a thought for you listening right now. If your family had to locate your estate plan tomorrow, would the process resemble, a chaotic episode of his show, full of surprises, potential conflict?
Or would it be? No, quiet. A smooth and peaceful conclusion to your affairs.
That really gets to the heart of it, I think.
Yeah. This deep dive into the Springer estate, it really serves as a powerful reminder, doesn't it? The importance of taking proactive, clear steps in estate planning.
It's not just about who gets what, is it?
Not at all. It's about minimizing potential conflict, making sure your wishes are actually respected, and that things get carried out efficiently. Less stress for everyone left behind.
Absolutely. And if you listening would like to explore this topic further, maybe take steps to ensure your own affairs are in order.
Good idea.
Our sources point to some valuable resources. The Crisis Ready Collective, they offer books on various aspects of estate planning, creating wills, disaster-proofing your future, that kind of thing.
Right, practical guides.
Yeah. And they also have a podcast episode, apparently, that specifically delves into the often messy world of celebrity estates, which, as we've seen, provides plenty of cautionary tales.
Always learn from others' mistakes, right?
You can find more info and access these resources on their website. It's Crisis Ready Collective.
And these kinds of resources, they can provide really invaluable guidance for anyone looking to navigate the, let's face it, complexities of estate planning and avoid the pitfalls that can lead to those horrible, protracted legal battles and family disputes. It's really about taking control of your legacy, providing clarity for your loved ones.
So let's take a key lesson from the real-life drama surrounding Jerry Springer's estate. Don't let your legacy become the next unexpected, possibly dramatic episode.
Lito.
And a final thought to keep in mind, maybe a bit tongue-in-cheek from the source material. Remember, there should be absolutely no flying chairs involved in probate court.
Definitely no flying chairs. Keep it civil, folks. Plan ahead.
That's a wrap for today's chaos. If you learned something, laughed a little, or now feel slightly more prepared for life's curveballs, we've done our job. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel and follow us on social media. Catch us on Spotify, YouTube, and anywhere podcasts make you rethink your to-do list. Thanks for tuning in. And remember, if it's important and unexpected, we probably cover it. Stay safe, stay curious, and we'll see you next time.